Hey everybody, it's Cynthia and I'm back with part 2 of that big haul I mentioned. This is items that came from Salvation Army, my favorite beach town, Salvation Army, at half price. And that funky estate sale that was at the marina. I went back for a second day. We'll talk about that one in a minute because I can't remember if I told you what happened there. Oh my gosh. I think I hadn't gone yet. So anyway, let's start with this. So this I found, this whole bucket's worth, and I'll show you what it looks like sort of when I put it all back in the bucket. At Salvation Army, they had it marked, I think at $8, and it was half price day, so I got it for about $4. It might have actually been less than that. It might have been 6 and 3. So this was a little perplexing to me when I first got them. I knew I recognized them. I knew I'd seen them online, but I thought they were called Sylvania families, which always was weird to me because I don't understand what the Sylvania part means. I always think light bulbs. And then I saw they're also called calico critters. Well, apparently they are called both of these things at different times. They seem to be from the exact same company. What else also confused me was this. The fact that they're written in Japanese. I wish my camera would focus. Sorry, I know I say it every video. I complain to you that my camera doesn't focus, but you get the idea. So those confuse me, and I think they're the wrong size anyway. If you look at them in comparison, I think these are from something else, but yeah, I don't know. They're going to get included because I don't know what they are, but they're cute. So anyway, these are kind of a hit and miss thing. I always pick up miniatures, and you can see in the background there's some furniture. I do well with all kinds of dollhouse furniture and things. And I have no problem I'll get my $4 back out of these, but I was hoping I'd get a little bit more, and I'll tell you why that may not be the case. So first of all, the families. I spent the time yesterday trying to put the right costumes on the right characters because they were all mixed up and some of them were undressed. And if you have something like this, a line of dolls like this, go online. You'll either find a fan site, or in this case, I found the actual Calico Critters website where each of the families is listed with their proper clothing. So I was able to dress them as best I could with what we had. It was also discovered that these little guys that are called twins, because you can see, so these are the chipmunk twins, they were an add-on that you bought separately from the family. So they're kind of an addition and a little bit more valuable. Now, they're supposed to have, as you can see here, a little pacifier in their mouth. They don't. So obviously that impacts them a little bit. I'm also not positive, as I said, that all the pieces that are in here actually go with. Like, for example, this seems to be some kind of odd Japanese sushi, which I think probably goes with this milk, but yeah, who knows? It's kind of strange. So here's where I always mess myself up, and please do leave a comment if you have some thoughts on this. When I buy things like this, my first thought is I'm just going to sell the whole lot, and then I start looking at it going, oh, but if I break the lot up and then this. So I set up the listings by animal families. So all the chipmunks together, all of the, I can't remember what these were. They weren't what I thought they were. Other deers. The deers together. And then I'll put all the furniture together. And I'm probably making a mistake. It's probably going to take a while because although they do sell, there are a lot of them online and there are a lot of them new in package. So getting ones that aren't new, I'm going to maybe clear $10 if I'm lucky on each family. So I probably should group them, but I don't know. I hate doing that because I feel like, some people are just going to want just the chipmunks. So I'm going to give them that. Anyway, so we have all of those. I'm going to come back here a little bit so you can see what's back here. So there were some very nice little tiny accessories. You can see there's a little kitchen clock, and there's a pan. The sink is in good shape. It's got its little doors open and you can see the plumbing inside. This cabinet, the china cabinet, also turned out to be really nice because the drawers, I found both drawers. This slides out here and the cabinet opens. The downside was this cabinet. Sorry, let me back you up again. This cabinet, I only had one door, and then I did find a drawer that fits, and then I found this, but this drawer doesn't fit in this, so I don't know what's going on there. But again, I'm going to just include it in the lot. Somebody may have the other drawer. They may just want it. I'm not going to throw it away. And then there's a set of tables and chairs, some little cutting boards. The stove is complete and in good condition. There's some other little tiny jars. And then like this little baby buggy. There was a swing in here that I think someone had made and it was in bad condition. I did throw that away. There was also just a bunch of miscellaneous junk, crayons and some play money and no real money, some other things. There's a little book. Sorry, keep putting on my camera. A little book. So yeah. So that's what I've got here. I'm gonna be a little noisy for a second because I'm gonna turn this bucket over and everything's gonna crash. So yeah, even if the miniatures don't actually go with this, I'm probably going to include them, or I might include them in. I have a second thing of miniature. I have a lot of little miniatures that I just collect along the way. This was also in there. Again, I don't think it has anything to do with the critters because the scale is wrong. But it's a fun little set of, you know, I say china, but they are glass, but they're cheap, you know, little china dishes. They don't have any name on them. I think they're just generic, but they're pretty. And I think somebody who has a dollhouse would probably like this. So that is one of the boxes that I got. So yeah, if you have an idea, if you would sell these if you would sell just like this whole box as is for like $40, $50, or whether you would break up the set, I'd like to know. Get that out of the way. Oh my gosh, I have a lot of stuff already thinking this is crazy. So I'm trying to get a little bit better lighting here, and I think I'm making it worse. Let's try something. All right, we'll see. So the next thing I got was a big wooden box. I'm not even going to attempt to list it, full of wooden salt and pepper shakers, vintage crazy salt and pepper shakers. And I have not even looked in this box. I don't even know if I'm going to pull them all out because there's a lot. The shape varies on them. Here's an apple, and most of them I don't think have their partners. I haven't even checked that yet. Oh, here you go. That actually is a partner. So Funky Walnut, Crestline, California. These are the kind of thing when I was a little kid and we would go out. These are the kind of souvenirs that you would see in every souvenir store that we went to as kids. There's that one. There's also just two big giant ones. I do not know why. I have a light on and it seems to have gotten even darker. I'm going to turn this light off. I don't think it's helping us. I'm going to let the camera adjust on its own. Come up a little bit. Someday I'm going to have this figured out, aren't I? Look at that one. A bell. These little face ones do tend to sell fairly well. Again, mostly as collectibles. I don't think anybody's actually putting salt and pepper in these. I wouldn't. Oh, gosh, sorry. Loud noises. These are fun. Look at these. Time for salt. I'm assuming this is time for pepper. Aren't they funny? And they look like they're carved out of real pieces of wood. As you can see, they're flaking everywhere. But overall, they're not in terrible condition. I think they have to be from, oh, I say that, but all the bark's falling off this one. What does that say back there? Santa, you can see it better than I can. Santa Clarita, maybe? So that came from California. There's the other bell. Look at this one. It's just a big log, hollowed out tree. A pipe, corncob pipe. And again, as you can see, some of them have names, places on them, which will help them sell better in the respect of, like, if you find the person who, grew up in that area and wants that little piece of souvenir. There's the apple. Well, I thought I didn't have most of the two that go together, but I kind of do. There's another piece of round wood. Let me find the better ones here. This one's too funny. Look, it's like a maraca, but it's flattened on the side. From something Florida, looks like. Again, can't make that out too well. I would say these are all pretty vintage. Death Valley, California. I don't know if they still make stuff like this. I guess they do, but I can't imagine too many people buy this kind of souvenir anymore. So I would think these are to me they're 1970s. They could be 1980s, but I doubt it. Oh no, this is probably something you can't list anymore. Her not Chief's squaw 'cause she pretty. Her use much pepper. She very witty. Oh my. Okay. Interesting. Look at this one. Little teapot from Puerto Rico. Put some of these out of the way. Very cute little pot here. Now this one obviously looks a little bit litter. Mount Hood. It's like a little, like almost like a popcorn popper for the fireplace. Oh gosh, look at this! Look at this! I didn't even know this was in here. Let me move these out of the way. Look at this. The salt and pepper are inside the wagon. Oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like this. And it's in pretty good shape, considering it was just thrown in a box with a bunch of other ones. That is adorable. I think this has to be worth the cost of the box. Again, I think the box I paid, this came from the Salvation Army half price. I think this box was the $8 that I paid for. I think the Sylvania was smaller, was less. This box was completely, it was marked, but you couldn't see the markings the way it was turned. Always look in boxes, plain boxes, when you're at estate sales and thrift stores. That is too beautiful. Let's see if there's anything else unusual. Oh yeah, this one's a riot. This is an outhouse salt and pepper shaker, so if you want to keep your salt and pepper in a toilet, you can do that. That was another one of these. Oh, a book. Gosh, I want to get my glasses for the Santa Barbara. A little book. And also, oh, that one's missing its cork. But I will say most of them have their corks. But considering, again, I think most people aren't going to use them for, actually for salt and pepper. I think obviously most people are going to use them as decorations. Oh, that's the other teacup. Here's the other person that went with this. Baby saltine, baby pepper. I do see these a lot on eBay, but they do sell. Very cute. And another set of bells. This one is more town crier, Philadelphia oriented. And I think I'm not even going to bother pulling the rest out of here. Oh, maybe. Look, this one. This one needs a little cleanup. It's like an acorn. Ooh, these are filthy. I may have to wash my hands before I pick up anything else. So this is most of it. There's the duplicates of some of these still in the box. So $4 pretty much for all of these. And what do you think? Am I going to make my money back on them? I know I would say these are pop culture collectibles because they are part of certainly my childhood. So they must be part of other people's childhoods as well. And so not just salt and pepper collectors, but also people who just, collect souvenirs from different places. Because, I'm going to just move him back out of the way. Because I love to collect. Do love putting souvenirs on my store. So I'm very incoherent today, aren't I? So we just dump the trash off that and put myself back up here nice and neat and clean. Okay, let's move on. I really hope that you guys are able to see this, that it isn't as dark as it looks, because I don't understand why it's so dark. I don't remember if I showed you these. But I found these, we found these at Salvation Army, half price sale. McDonald's bags, I think I did, because I remember saying, they look like French fry containers. Is that a riot or what? So I found 2 of those. They were $6.49, but we got them for half price, so $3. This was a little bit of a wild card. I swore I wasn't going to buy any more Legos. I swore. Because Lego minifigures do really well, but regular Legos I'm kind of over. So this was a Lego Advent calendar. So if you can see this part, sorry, I've ripped it apart. You would punch open each day, and then you would get the prize that was inside. Now, first of all, I love that this is a Christmas toy, and there's a robber stealing things on the inside. Like, what the heck? So this was Lego City Advent calendar, I think from last year. The box was really destroyed, and 2 of the items were missing. the police officer, oddly, and this little sleigh down here were missing. Otherwise, all the pieces were here, including minifigure Santa, a Christmas tree, and I wanted to show you another one. This one was so simple I could not figure it out. Look at this. This is what comes in the container. This is a snowman. Couldn't figure it out. It's a snowman. So once again, I have the question. Oh wait, I did want to show you this one too. Look, this one. It's a full, like, turkey dinner, and the drumsticks even come off the turkey, and then cups, and then a table to put them on. So cute. So I'm guessing again, I should probably just sell it as a lot. The box wasn't worth dealing with. I ripped it apart just so I would have pictures of everything, because I'm definitely not going to take these out of their bags and build them, even though they would look nicer. And we're not going to ship it probably in this plastic, because again, just take up too much room. If I pull it all out, I should be able to ship it fairly cheaply, and I think somebody will like it, especially because of the minifigures that are included. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minifigures in the set, and a dog, and a snowman. All right, let's see. Should we do a few more things? Let's do a few more things. Oh, this. Look at this. I was like a real kick for wood items this week. So this is a little tiny birdhouse. Not really an ornament. It's too big. I imagine it is. I'm trying to see what it says there. Sorry. That it is a ornament. Hang on. My husband's putting heavy things on my iPad. I do not like that. It was just cute. So the estate sale. So I went, I'm going to move that over here, and I'm going to lay something else out while I talk to you. So I went back to the estate sale that had all of the rubber stamps, thinking, because she said it was going to be like 75 to 90% off the next day. I went by myself. I spent probably several hours digging through every box and loading up a box of stuff I wanted. And the pricing got really confusing. So here's my thing. If you are an estate sale person, I want to say to you, I don't have a problem with you pricing things whatever you want to price them, but I may not be able to afford them. And I had a box of stuff, and I had priorities. So if it's too much, I'm going to cut down. I'm not asking you to cut your price, and I'm not complaining about your price. I'm just saying that's not what that item is worth to me. It's not an insult. It's just how it is. In the end, I got another huge box of stuff. I won't even be able to show it all to you. I'll probably, again, break it into another video. Big box of stuff for about $50. And then I promptly got in the car, drove home, and got stuck in traffic. And I got stuck in traffic, and I got stuck in traffic. And I'm thinking, like, yeah, Saturday afternoon, it's a holiday weekend, there's a little bit of traffic, but this is weird. And I called my husband and said, I'm going to be late because the traffic's really bad. And then I noticed the ocean outside the right side of my car. Well, while driving north from Southern Orange County up toward my home, I should not see the ocean on the right. So it turned out I was not on the freeway going north. I was on the freeway going south. And sadly, I was in a section of the 5 freeway, for those of you who live in Southern California, between San Onofre and Camp Pendleton Marine Base, where there are no exits for probably 20 miles because the road cuts through the Marine Base and the nuclear plant facility and all these other things. There was even a moment where I thought, oh my gosh, I am so confused, I'm almost to Mexico, which isn't as bad as it sounds because Mexico's not that far away from here, but it was crazy. So I basically drove an hour out of the way, sitting in bumper to bumper traffic, moving about 2 miles an hour because there was a truck stuck in the road and the people were heading to San Diego and the beach. Coming back, I covered that same ground in 5 minutes. No joke. So this estate sale better pay off for me because it was one of the more stressful events. Luckily, it was a nice day, and I did enjoy. Once I realized how lost I was, I did enjoy the view of the beach, the view of the ocean, and the weather. Anyway, this is my favorite thing I got at the thing. I found it at the last minute, and this we're keeping. This is a set of very 1970s looking, sorry for the glare, they're covered in glass, prints, well, we thought they were prints at first, of San Francisco. Look how cute. They're framed in these fun yellow wooden frames. They're very 70s in color. This one's particularly interesting too, a little bit different colors in the purples, and then the first one you were seeing. It turns out that this one, anyway, for sure, I think they probably all are, we didn't take them all apart, is a card from, and it's an artist called Rex. I did find other art of his on eBay. I thought that it was his art. I recognized, I hadn't opened this up yet to see what it was. But, so this is art from this artist Rex. They were cards that were made to give to sell, and whoever got the cards and framed them. And I'm glad they did, because they are too adorable. This one actually, I almost wonder if is different. This one might not be a Rex piece of art because it doesn't actually have the same style. I don't know. Might have to take them apart and see. But we're going to keep these and hang them up in our house because we love retro and San Francisco. Okay. Time for one more? Time for a few more. And you know what? And I'm going to tell my husband as he comes back in, there is one more thing. There's a can of Christmas ornaments in the car still too, but I don't need them right now.
Did you do those pictures?
Yes, I'm still recording there too, but I did. All right, this is another one of the things that sort of caused a little bit of confusion. This is a set of Hallmark, speaking of San Francisco looking. These are Hallmark, they're called Vintage Houses and Shops, I think is the name of the line, which is almost too on the nose. They look like little baby doll houses because they're open in the back where you can see everything, and then the front. And they come in different styles. There is a 1950s set that I really like, but that's not what was here. This is a more of a Cape Cod style. Oh, that one says 1990. They were made every year. They make new ones. This is more of a like Cape Cod style houses. Okay, what you hear now is my husband deciding to hang those pictures I just showed you on the wall, even though I'm filming a video. I specifically said, what are you going to do while I'm filming the video? So he's hammering. Oh my gosh. This is real life, folks. So there's a church. Put these back as I show them to you. So these are all very, to me, almost Disney. They look a lot like Disney Main Street. And as I said, that I personally would have preferred the line of homes from the 50s. But I think that more people probably would like these. This is a post office. This one, oh shoot, that one's broken on the top. I just noticed that. It's just a family home. But again, these are like little Victorian style homes. This is a 1994 soda fountain, I guess. It almost looks like a cigar shop with an Indian on the front, but okay. And a fire company. They're really sweet. I mean, anybody who collects miniatures or, you know, was a dollhouse lover but doesn't have room for a full dollhouse. Tires, oil, and gas. This one's from 2001. Now, if they'd had the boxes, I passed on these the first day because she wanted $25, I think, for them. And it's barbershop. How cute is that? Look, and they all have like Christmas trees in them. Look at that. Look at that. So adorable. I passed on them the first day because they don't have a ton of value out of their boxes. Some are more valuable than others. Obviously, like this is an older one that looks like 87 maybe. Just a house. Another house. Oh no, that's a toy. No, 1985. Yep, this is a toy shop. And I'm less impressed with that one. It's not very much of a toy shop. This is what? This is the 5 and 10 from 1992. The colors on them are really fun also. And wow, that one really looks like a dollhouse. Look how lovely that. Look at that. That's like a Barbie dream house in miniature. And then all of the setup inside. So sweet. See, I don't know what year. Some of them don't have years on them. So I have to do my research. That one's like got a signature on the bottom, and that's probably the year there. I can't really read it. So I ended up getting the whole box for maybe about $12. I'm not sure because in the end we just lumped everything together for one price. But so this was included in my 50. I'd like to say that I'm going to be able to flip them for, you know, $100, but I'm not sure that's going to be the case. They, as I said, are not, some are more valuable than others, but they're not as valuable as you might think they are, would be not in their boxes. But they're very pretty. So they'll be going up. I grabbed this, which I might keep for myself. Also Hershey's milk chocolate Christmas ornament with the bears sitting on the top. I used to live near Hershey, Pennsylvania. I used to get to visit there all the time. So I'm reaching behind to grab a few more items. Okay, I'm not going to show you all of these, but I might show you a couple to give you an idea of what I bought. Oh my gosh, husband, you're killing me. Killing me. So a couple more ornaments. Now, again, at this point, Hallmark ornaments, I think I said in the last video, some are worth a lot, some are worth next to nothing. But when you're buying an entire box and adding one more item doesn't really increase your cost, it's worth it to grab them. Because worst case, you just put a whole bunch of them together and they will have value. Look how cute. Oh, I shouldn't show that. That's got the family picture still inside. Oh, I'll take that. So this is not one, again, when I'm buying one-on-one, I tend to only buy Hallmark ornaments that have some pop culture value. Gifted Gardener, I wouldn't have bought that one either, but like I said, when I'm adding everything together, why not? A couple of really weird one-off items I found. It's this, look, it's a wig, but it's not a wig for a person. It is a Build-A-Bear workshop wig. Is that crazy? It's like a I Dream a Genie long blonde crazy wig that glows in the dark. Not really sure why you want your wig to glow in the dark. Maybe it was for Halloween or something. Funny. Again, I have no idea what it's worth. I like Build-A-Bear stuff. We do well with the Build-A-Bear clothing. And I thought a Build-A-Bear wig is probably really worth something. The most one-off thing I probably bought. P-Touch labeling tape. Again, only bought it because it was still sealed in the package. People who have these machines or any kind of machine that needs replacement cartridges, look for them on eBay because they can't just walk, usually, in most of these things, they're old and they can't just go to Salvation Army or go to Staples and buy new ones, so they go on eBay. This one isn't going to have the value I was hoping it would. This is a Jim Holtz Ideology fragment set. It's just a container full of like plastic little bits, squares and triangles and things that you use in your scrapbooking or crafting or whatever you want to do. Jim Holtz Ideology stuff is just really cool, but it's kind of, the market's a little bit saturated on it, and I don't know, that may end up getting redonated. Once again, I added it to the pack, so who knows. The majority of the reason I went back was for these, I'm going to show you, sorry, I'm not going to show you something here. I've got addresses and names. Let me just remove that for a second. Actually, let me go this way. Okay, so I went back for the rubber stamps. There were quite a few of them gone, surprisingly. Now, this set, I didn't even notice, has been used. Most of the sets I found were not used. I randomly grabbed whatever was left that struck me. Now, okay, here we go. This is a brand new set. If you can see, the wood block, the rubber has not been attached to the wood blocks. So this is a Stampin' Up! Set that's brand new in the box. I love this cat, and I love this perfume bottle. This is a super set. Haven't looked it up. Probably should have before I got on here with you, but it's from 2006. They probably don't make it anymore. I think this is going to be a popular one. We're at 30 minutes. Let me show you a couple more. Oh my God. I got to the point, like I said, where I was just throwing things into the container. I had looked up before I went and saw that anything that was sort of male oriented, sorry to sound sexist about that, but like trains, cars, motorcycles, Wild West, anything that wasn't flowers, let's put it that way, and baby images was doing well. So that's the kind of stuff I grabbed. Once again, we've got the rubber. It's not attached to the block yet. This is brand new, never been used. This one kind of broke the rule. It was girly, but I love this. Again, brand new. But do you love this? Look at this pattern of friendship. This old 1950s looking pattern in pictures, 1960s. Super one. I'm thinking that's going to do well as well. This is a giant, I used to know what they called these. Background block, I'm guessing we call this. And it's got a nice texture to it. You can see it here. Again, it's not glued down yet. If you want to stamp the back of a card or emboss, it's just one big giant down. I used to have rubber stamps galore. I loved rubber stamping. I got in during that whole Die Grunig, was it Posh something it was called, and stores, rubber stamp stores were on every corner. Do you remember that? It was crazy. Like now you can't find a rubber stamp store. But they were everywhere, and we lived not too far from a Posh store, and I used to go up there, and she had developed this method of coloring on the stamps so that you could do like this. So you'd color the skirt one color, and you'd color the hair a different color, and then when you stamped, you'd have a multicolored image, which nobody had done up to her. Everybody had just stick that in the black and stamped it. But she invented this. I don't know if she invented it, but she popularized the coloring in with a marker of stamping, and it changed stamping completely. This was another. It was so intricate. It's called Travel Sketchbook. And they're very intricate designs from different places in the world. All right, I know I said I wasn't going to show you anymore, but now I'm fascinated because the truth is I have not looked at these since I bought them, and I forgot what I bought. So I'm excited. Let's keep going. Want to see them all? Let's do them. Let's just do them. All right, I'm going to have to move them out of the way. This one. Oh, I see now. Okay. I was confused at the time, and now I get it. So these ones that have hearts on them, she was a distributor of Stampin' Up, and she must have marked her personal ones with marks, so when she went to shows and stuff, that she made sure she brought her personal ones back. That's why these are the ones that are used. Again, I like the big blocky design here. Might not have much value, especially since they're used, but that's okay. This is a different company called Dots. I can't read what it says, but again, I didn't know this company. These are a little more generic. I generally, again, wouldn't pick up something like this if I saw it at a state sale or craft sale, but I thought this was really unusual in that there were Hanukkah images, and I imagine there's not a lot of choice in rubber stamps for Hanukkah, and I like that it was a brand new set. I also broke my rule on this one a little bit. This is close to my heart. It looks fairly unused. Yeah, it looks completely unused. Oh, except for these two. It looks like she just used these two little garden ones, and that's it, or these flowers. So that's interesting, the ones that are turned around. The other ones are unused. I just thought the art was interesting. And again, remember, I wasn't paying individually. If I was paying individually for each one of these, I would have chosen a lot more carefully, but because I was getting a whole box full for cheap. Oh, this is another travel sketchbook. It's actually a duplicate of the other one. That is super, because that means I can list it once. Quantity 2. Dig it. I do not even know what this is. It's sealed. I'm going to have to look it up. Accents and Elements from Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up is a good, high-quality company for people who do rubber stamping, so whatever that is, I'm sure it was quite valuable. This is another set of blocky designs that I like. Two-step Stampin'. Looks like these were designed to use together. So like you'd stamp this, and then you'd stamp one of these, and they fit in this. Little layers, they're called. So they're designed for layering pieces. Big blocky shapes. I think, again, somebody would like this. Pardon me while I reach. All right, this is the last of the rubber stamps. And then I just have a few other things, and we're at 40 minutes, might as well keep going. This I grabbed because it was really unusual. Oh, there it is. Posh Impressions. That's the name I was trying to think of. So this is perfect. This is a Posh Impressions perfect example of what they did. Look at this. The idea here was you'd color this. You want to make this image, right? So you color this and you stamp it. And then you color this in different color and you stamp it on top of this. So you have a sun, and you have a sun with a face, and you can put them together to create this design. See the little background piece? So Duets has got a booklet on how to make it work, other ideas. I love that. This one was the only Halloween. I really thought I was going to find a lot more Halloween there because she had a lot of fun. This is the place I found those Halloween ornaments I showed you in the last haul. But either somebody had already come and taken all the Halloween because this was all that was left. Again, it's that Dots company. They're a little used, but they're chunky. I think this is popular these days, these big blocky styles, because you could do a lot with them. Again, if they don't and they get redonated, they cost me nothing. This is Gifts from the Orient. I grabbed this because it was quite unusual and very cute. I thought this particular one was very nice. These little Chinese lanterns could be very useful. Quite pretty. Lovely set. And the final one, got to clean that case, was this. I might actually the case is back here. Let me just take it out because they're already using these. So this has got like lots of crazy writing on it. And then it comes with these funny little faces. Little robot face and square face and funky face. And there's a little star face. It's too funny. And I cannot read these. Let's see. Oh, be happy, don't worry. Happy, don't worry. So that's all about being happy. Okay, so they're all like little stamps about good luck. Don't forget to breathe. I hope you're doing well. I'm not sure what the theme of this set is, but it's darn fun. Oh, it's another 2-step stamp called Heads Up. Or it's in the wrong box. I don't know which, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. I'm almost done. Are you tired of it all yet? Okay. So everything I've been showing you since I started showing you the rubber stamps and the ornaments back here, again, we're all part of the $50. And there's another can of Hallmark miniatures that's still in the car that you forgot to bring in. These I grabbed. Again, I think somebody will want these as a set. I've gotten over trying to sell individual little things like this for $2 or $3 because it's just too much issue, too much trouble to mail it all. These are vintage Hallmark Christmas stickers. Very cute. There's some seed packs. These aren't Hallmark, but they're just pretty butterfly stickers. And this pack's actually open, but I thought it was worth grabbing. They're like nursery rhymes. I don't know if it's got a mark on it, but they look pretty vintage. So Hallmark nursery rhymes, naturally gifted bugs and things. And then I thought, some cats, and they're kind of slick, puffy cats. I grabbed some Halloween ones the other day, and you can just go, no problem. I grabbed some. I wouldn't normally grab these again. These are just Michaels. They're cheap. They're really not worth anything. But because she had these Martha Stewart, and then I had grabbed some Halloween ones the other day. I figured I'd just put them all together. Again, when you're not paying individually, why not just do it? And then these I grabbed. These are actually duplicates. This is Travel Time Simply Scrap, and this is a whole scrapbook pack from Stampin' Up. I think. Maybe not. Well, oh yeah, right in front of me, Stampin' Up. I'm not sure what all is included in here, but it should be all the pieces you need basically to make these travel pages that you see here. So I don't know how many people are still scrapbooking, but why not? Oh my gosh. The last thing I want to show you is this. Oh, yuck. My hands are filthy. I, once again, will say, always look, sorry, Let me put some things off my desk here so I can work. I like paper. So I like to open envelopes and see what's in them. I also like old photographs. Look at this. Look at this. So I'm assuming these are family photos, but maybe not. I don't know. But these are beautiful old photographs. Oh, and they have a thing on the back. Arletta Park Station at the Ocean Shore Railroad in Half Moon Bay, 1970. So I don't know if she bought these from someone or she took them. I'm feeling like because of the typing on the back that these were something that was purchased. I don't know, but they sure feel like real photographs. But just, oh, sorry, I'm not showing them to you properly. Such gorgeous old Americana. Sadly, they're a little warped on the end, some of them. But these are amazing. Just the kind of house, you certainly don't see this here in Orange County now. Milk Farm House. You know, I can look this deeds up at Miramonte Point. You know, when I grabbed them, I thought they were home photos. But now that I see this, I'm thinking more and more that this was like a set that you'd buy like at a museum or something. They're still really cool. Look at these. Oh, farmland. We don't have anything like that. From Highway 1. Trying to place better. Oh, see this one. This one is a real photo. Sanchez Adobe in Pacifica. Look at this. Crazy. Tobin Station, Ocean Shore Railroad in Pacifica on Shelter Cove Avenue. Thinking these are very old photos of the area that is now San Clemente, maybe? I don't know. I'll have to look up. Moss Beach Grammar School. Look at that. School. Are these amazing? Because this looks like the ocean view looking toward the east. Look at that. These actually remind me when I was a kid in New Jersey and we would drive to the shore, we would pass buildings like these. You know what's funny? These came from the same person that had those. Look at this. These came from the same person that had these houses from Hallmark. Look at that. That's no coincidence. They clearly had a love of this type of architecture. Man. I mean, look at that. Look at this here. This must have, obviously this is the first time I've looked at them all. And again, the church. Okay, this is getting crazy. Okay, obviously not this exactly, but you know, the architecture, so similar. So similar. Cannot be a coincidence. Church. This one. Main Street, Half Moon Bay. I feel like Half Moon Bay is up north. I should have looked that up. But again, I didn't even open these until San Mateo, until I just showed them to you. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is crazy. That was not labeled. See these? I'm trying to think of how they typed on the back. Because it's actually typed on the back. It's not a sticker. Portola. That looks like Point Montero Light Station, 1970. Look at the trees. This is definitely up north. Look at that. The trees on the water like that. Point Montero Light Station. Hang on, because I'm supposed to be showing you things, but my husband's boiling coffee on the stove and he's walked away. So hold that thought. I think I'm not trying to win an Oscar here or something, right? Oh, and now we have the trash can outside. This video is doomed. This is my life. Here we go. So we'll just finish these up. Sorry, I keep getting the glare on them. As you listen to the trash truck bang everything. This is super. Look at this amazing View from the interior of the Purisma schoolhouse in 1970. Again, abandoned for those abandoned building lovers, those urban archaeologists. And one more amazing old photo. House located Purisma Creek Road. And there's something here. Let me take a quick look before I show them to you if they are personal. These are a little personal, so I think I'm going to keep these off camera. Except greetings, Smith Jones. Looks like some kind of rock band. I don't know. We'll have to do our homework on that one. And yeah, those are kind of personal, so we're going to hang on to those. Anyway, I think that is more than enough. Now that we've been doing this for almost an hour, my hands are filthy. That's what I got this week. And like I said, there's still a whole nother can of stuff I have to get listing. I totally have to get listing. And if you want anything that I've shown you, or you're interested in it, or you have questions about it, leave me a comment, or you can come visit our store, Boris Basement, on eBay. You'll find the link in the description box below. We'd be happy to have you, and we're happy to take offers on things if there's something you want. Like I said, or just drop me a note on YouTube if you like as well, and we'll work something out. If you're a rubber stamper and you got to get your hands on some of these, please let me know. Otherwise, also tell me about what you bought this week. Did you pick up anything great at any estate sales, and kind of items you found to turn your own pop culture profits? I'll see you later.